When you've got all of the pieces together, you are ready to assemble a quilt, and there's two different ways that you can do this. You're either going to piece everything together. Now you've got batting and stabilizer, so you're going to ignore that whilst you actually stitch the seam, and then eliminate as much of the batting and stabilizer from the seam allowance as you can. Then just press the seams to one side as you would do for any other quilt. If you are using the sashing, then you're simply going to stitch the sashing to one piece with a 1/4 inch seam, press the sashing away, stitch the sashing to the other piece, 1/4 inch seam, pressed away, and your two pieces should butt up against each other at the back. Both methods of assembly are really very straightforward. Make sure that you've got your leaf borders so that if you've done any fussing cutting, the fussing cutting is all kind of organized. Make sure you've got your flying geese going all in the same direction. I've got mine so that they're pointing down on the side, so they're kind of flying clockwise around the quilt. If you prefer for them to fly counterclockwise, then go for it. It's your quilt. Let's see what else. Once you've assembled the quilt top, then you are going to layer the entire thing with another piece of batting and your backing fabric and stitch in the ditch along all of the seam lines. So if you've pieced it, literally stitch in the ditch along the seam lines. If you've sashed it, you might want to stitch in the ditch on both sides of the seam lines. That will anchor the quilt, top, batting and back, and everything will look really beautiful. You will have a gorgeous wall hanging. So I am super excited to see your finished quilt. As soon as you are done, then please post your photos in the Meaning of Life Designs Facebook group. We love to see your work. Even as you're working on it, show some in progress photos. We love those too.